The body was sprawled across the hardwood, limbs at impossible angles, the faint metallic tang of blood heavy in the air. I didn't knock. The phone vibrated against the counter. No one dared answer it. Upstairs, a door clicked shut. Footsteps, soft but deliberate, receded into silence. I moved carefully, each step measured, eyes scanning the room for what didn't belong. The wife's perfume lingered over the iron scent, sharp, almost mocking. On the counter, a half-drained glass of wine trembled as if it had heard too much. A shadow flickered across the window, streetlight slicing through the curtains. Nothing about this scene was accidental, and yet everyone outside the house walked on, unaware or unwilling to see the truth waiting in the quiet. I started with the small inconsistencies. A photo frame, slightly crooked, revealing a timestamp that didn't match the husband's last known location. A laptop open on the dining table, emails deleted, browser history scrubbed. The wife's hands were steady, her voice measured, but the slight hesitation when she said, "I didn't touch him," was enough. Logic waged war against instinct. Every detail mattered. Footprints in the garden leading nowhere, fingerprints smudged on a wine glass, a torn corner of a love letter folded into the trash. I retraced her steps from the night before, piecing together moments she thought invisible. Each discovery chilled me. Every overlooked clue screamed her complicity. It wasn't chaos, it was calculation. By the time I cataloged the patterns, the air around her seemed heavy with secrets. And I realized that patience, methodical, ruthless patience, was the only way to unravel this. The house had grown silent, but the tension was palpable. Conversations became interrogations of nuance. Eyes flickered away too fast. Hands fidgeted in half-conscious betrayals. I began to notice the cracks. She laughed when she shouldn't, paused when she shouldn't. Friends and neighbors mirrored unease, their gazes sharp with suspicion, but unwilling to speak. The husband's death wasn't an accident. It was engineered, deliberate, intimate. Someone close had orchestrated it, moving pieces with surgical precision. Fear permeated every interaction, not mine, but theirs. And yet, nothing exploded. The quiet dread stretched, tense and unrelenting, until even the walls seemed complicit in hiding the truth. It came unexpectedly, a hidden recording, a security camera loop she hadn't noticed, her reflection in a darkened window caught mid-act. Evidence that confirmed what I already suspected. The crime wasn't about money, revenge, or fleeting anger. It was power, a meticulously plotted betrayal. She had planned, timed, and executed every move. I watched her from the shadows, calculating the exact moment she realized I knew. Her gloved hands, once symbols of elegance, now felt like tools of manipulation. Every step I took, every clue I examined, led to the same conclusion. She had engineered the perfect scenario to eliminate her husband and frame it as misfortune. The lover, the late-night messages, the alibi, it all fit. Emotion drained from me, replaced by cold precision. There was no need for confrontation yet. The silence of realization was louder than any scream could ever be. And in that silence, I understood. The story wasn't over. It was only beginning, and every decision from this moment would be deliberate, calculated, surgical. I delivered justice not with violence, but with control. She believed she had outmaneuvered fate, but her confidence was fragile, built on lies I now held like a scalpel. One phone call, one piece of evidence at the right time, and the mask slipped. Her eyes betrayed the first flicker of panic as colleagues and family realized the narrative she had curated was false. No shouting, no rage, just the quiet revelation that her orchestration had failed. The court would see her as composed, but I saw the cracks. She tried to reconstruct innocence, but the truth moved faster than her lies could catch. Every calculated gesture, Every measured word now became a trap of her own design. And when she realized it, it was too late. The game was over, her control dismantled with surgical precision. After it was done, I stepped back. Silence enveloped the house like a cold shroud. Justice had been delivered, but not through retribution, through inevitability. I watched her escorted from the room, her composure intact but meaningless. The husband would never return. Friends, neighbors, colleagues, they would remember fragments, whispers, speculation. And I walked away. No satisfaction, no relief, only clarity. The story would remain, recorded in evidence, testimonies, and memory. But the weight of its darkness lingered with me. Justice had been executed, but mercy had never been a part of it. And in the shadows, I reminded myself quietly, truth is sharp, unforgiving, and relentless.